From Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut, this is The Pulse.
Hello, my name is Christian Colon.
And I'm Tykera Carter. Thanks for joining us. This week, the Sacred Heart community mourns the loss of the assistant coach of the men's and women's golf team, Don Samatowski. He spent almost 2 years with the Pioneers. In his time here, he led the women's golf team to a second-place finish in the 2016 Northeast Conference Championships. Thoughts and prayers are with the golf team and the Samatowski family.
For the Sacred Heart women's track and field team, winning seems to be a part of every season. This past February, they competed in the Northeast Conference Championship. Gabby Newtow takes us behind the scenes of an exciting day in Staten Island.
On Friday, February 17th, the Sacred Heart men and women's track and field team headed to Staten Island to compete in the NEC Indoor Track and Field Championship meet. The day began with a morning breakfast, fueling the athletes for a big day ahead. Being that I'm a thrower myself, I followed the throwers throughout the championship meet.
Any words? The words of Tom Brady. Let's go!
Today's not about the individual. Today's about the group. You don't go on that track for yourself, not just for yourself. You go on that track for everybody here. You know why? Because we've been working since the jump. It's not going to be easy. The other teams ain't going to lay down and let us walk all over them. The other team's been working too. It's if you've been working harder than this. If you were on that track during practice, make it pretend every race is today, then you deserve to win. And I've seen you guys, and I've seen how hard you work. They haven't seen how hard we work out. They're counting us out because they haven't seen it. They've seen what they can do. I've seen what y'all can do, and I know what y'all can do. I've experienced it. We've experienced it. We can do it. But it's not going to be easy. If your heart is not here, I'm not talking about just when you run. I'm talking about when he votes, when he runs, when he throws. When your heart's not there, what we have? Confidence is free. Just take as much as you can and use it. We could do this. Everybody can do this. This is one thing. This is everybody's thing.
Let's have each other's backs, right? Come on.
Yo, let's bring it in, boys. Come on.
We got hard on three, hard on three. 1, 2, 3, hard!
Four times around the track. Eagle advances the final.
At the end of the day, the hard work from the season paid off as the women's team won and the men placed second. Reporting for The Pulse in Fairfield, Connecticut, I'm Gabby Newtile.
Delta Zeta Sorority held their annual Sing It for Starkey event, raising awareness and funds towards the Starkey Hearing Foundation. Volunteers from different Greek organizations showcased their karaoke talent. Laura Vero brings us the story.
On February 21st, Delta Zeta Sorority held their annual Sing It for Starkey event. The community came together to sing and raise money for their philanthropy, the Starkey Hearing Foundation.
Our philanthropy is speech and hearing, and we are affiliated with the Starkey Hearing Foundation, so the proceeds from tonight will go to the Starkey Hearing Foundation, and they provide hearing aids to people that suffer from noise-induced hearing loss.
Hello, how are you today? The first thing we want to do is give the best hearing. Our goal is to make that person hear good so they can be part of their family, their community.
It's a really important event because it helps raise awareness for speech and hearing, and even though personally I may not be affected by it, I think it's really important that we do reach out and we do help people that are in need, and it's also a fun way to do it. It helps students here get involved and just have a good time. It's something easy to do here on a Tuesday night. Various organizations participated by singing, dancing, and buying raffle tickets, all which goes towards the cause. Aside from raising money, another main goal was just to have fun. The Vice President of Philanthropy, Diamond Leroy, has been planning this event for months. She prides herself not only in the success of this event, but also lending a helping hand to those who need it.
I love this. I love everything I do in my life is about people and helping people, and I'm a very people-oriented person. So anything in my life that I could do to help others, I will do. And I feel like being in this role puts me there. I get to make sure that we get involved in the community more, and we make a difference not only around campus and with our philanthropy, but with the city that we are encompassed in, you know?
As the event was a big success, it certainly showed through the good spirits of those who attended and participated.
Oh, I'm elated. I'm on cloud 99. So happy. I couldn't have asked for it to go better. It's such a good feeling knowing that you're doing something that's able to change somebody else's life. So I really am so proud that I get to do this. This is Laura Vero reporting for The Pulse.
Wow, that event really looked like a lot of fun. I wish I would have went and got my karaoke on.
Oh yeah, did you see senior producer Christian Carter there? We're gonna have to rewatch his dance moves afterwards. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you more about the Wellness Center has to offer and an event that brought the SHU community together. Welcome back to The Pulse. As a brother of Delta Tau Delta, I had the opportunity to attend the White Ribbon Campaign. This charity event furthered the conversation on an issue many college students are unfortunately facing. Let's take a look. The Greek organization Delta Tau Delta held their 4th annual White Ribbon Campaign. Students, faculty, city officials, and friends gathered to support the world's largest movement of men and boys working to end violence against women and girls. What's the mission for your fraternity?
Basically, the mission of this philanthropy is to raise awareness about sexual assault and violence against women, and also to get young men and boys to take a pledge that they will never perpetuate an act of violence against women.
A pledge with paint in hand pressed on a banner that read, "Hands that will never harm." Both male and females from different university organizations came together to continue the conversation and shed light on an issue that has affected college campuses around the nation. And what's your role here, Alexa?
I'm actually a part of Delta Zeta, which is a sorority on campus, but I came regardless of, I really wanted to see what this was about.
And how do you think today went?
Today was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't take my eyes off the speakers. Their words really were heartwarming and definitely meant something to me.
The event consisted of survivor stories and professionals urging the audience to take initiative, even if they were not personally affected. Deborah Greenwood, CEO for the Center for Family Justice in Bridgeport, Connecticut, was one of the special guests that afternoon.
Today was incredible to watch the energy of the young men from Delta Tau Delta and the students here at Sacred Heart University that have done an incredible job trying to make sure that their message is out, that they do not condone violence against women or girls or anyone else on their campus.
The White Ribbon Campaign started in 1991, where men were asked to wear white ribbons as a pledge to never commit, condone, or remain silent about violence against women and girls.
The idea is just a color. What if I took the white ribbon off? Does it change what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to behave? The white ribbon is an outward symbol of what I stand for.
The chief later invited everyone to walk a mile in her shoes on April 29th, an annual event in Fairfield that aims to break the stereotypes of masculinity by having men walk a mile in high heels to support and raise awareness for the white ribbon.
To many of you or to your friends that you know have been involved in an unfortunate and unhappy or difficult situation, please come and see me. My office is open. I'm here to assist you. I'm here to help you in situations of this nature. And my hope is that with the relationship that we have with the Center for Family Justice, that we can address these issues and hopefully continue to reduce them, if not eliminate them on our campus.
Little by little, as I said in my speech, there's hope to say that this can be minimized each time one of these events happen, educating our young men as well as women what they can do and how they can be impactful.
The Center for Family Justice offers services designed to break the cycle of violence in a safe place under one roof.
My expectation is that they have options and that they know what those options are. No one's going to force them to do anything. My most immediate and pressing goal would be to be sure that they get the support to talk to someone, that they're able to handle the emotions and the situation itself, and also if that other individual is on this campus or is someone that they feel can cause more anxiety or cause a re-traumatization of the situation, that we address that and they know what they can do to handle it, get the support that they need, and move forward.
For those of you who would like to take part in the movement or you would like to speak to a local professional, please visit the White Ribbon Campaign or the Center for Family Justice website that appears on the screen.
It is never your fault for what you wear, how much you drank, where you were, who you walked home with, for someone to overpower you. Remember, the victim who becomes the survivor will always speak the loudest.
Like the students at Sacred Heart, this hand too will never harm. I'm Christian Colon reporting for The Pulse. One of the main reasons I joined Greek Life was because of my philanthropy.
Yeah, and as a woman, this event was very empowering, and that's the reason I took the time out of my day to go and support this event. On the last episode of The Pulse, we got a sneak peek at what the Wellness Center is doing to help students on campus feel safe. Today, Alessandro Sotaro brings us the full story.
Sacred Heart University's Wellness Center is taking strides to ensure students on campus feel safe.
So when students are dealing with something that's traumatic to them or makes them feel unsafe, this is a perfect place on campus to go to talk about some of those issues. Counseling and health services is really here to promote sort of student happiness and resilience and physical health as well as mental health.
I came here when I was about 5 years old. We really came here because Columbia was going through a huge conflict with guerrilla wars, drug wars, and it was very unsafe. So coming here for our family was to find a place where we can all find safety. Coming here to Sacred Heart, where diversity isn't big, but what we love to say is we have a different kind of diversity, where even if there isn't a huge diversity in culture, people that are very passionate about their culture are proud of that and want to translate that. Christian and I are the co-presidents for La Hispanidad, which is our Latin American club on campus. So our mission is really to embrace that Latin American culture, to bring that to the Sacred Heart community and to educate people on it. And that's why the MLK reflection was so great, because it was a place where people from different backgrounds were able to be proud of that and come forward and share their journeys and their stories and their experiences. For Christian and I, it was very important to be part of this event. When they reached out to us, we were very excited about it because we wanted people to know that people like us that are very involved on campus, that they see every day, are dealing with some of the things that you see in social media or you see that politicians are talking about. Because a lot of people don't feel like, oh no, that's very distant from us. That doesn't happen to our friends or people here.
The Black History Month program and more of this type of outreach and campus-wide programming the prayer service Dr. Patillo had is a way to make people know that we don't want this campus to be all the same. That's boring. We want difference, we encourage difference, and so that's part of, I think, what Sacred Heart is about.
So here at Sacred Heart, being a Latino and being a Latina, you encounter different kinds of situations that many people would be surprised to encounter. And it's not bad, it's just that what I find is people sometimes aren't educated in where their ideas are coming from. So I've had like people, because I'm Colombian, for example, make jokes that, oh, is your father a drug lord? Oh, are you cousins with Pablo Escobar? Things like that, where they could think it's funny, but it's insulting, because especially from someone where I escaped from that. I escaped from coming to a place where I don't have to worry about that unsafetyness. It hits home. I've had to go to the counseling center because I think college is very stressful and things are definitely going to come up, but I don't think it's something that you should be ashamed of. I think it's a resource that's there and it's free, so it's very helpful, but it's more of just having someone to talk to that doesn't have all these preconceptions of the situation.
In Fairfield, this is Alessandra Sotaro reporting for The Pulse.
Coming up after the break, we'll learn about a sports highlight show that has now taken residence here on campus. Stay tuned.
My shoe story is.
My shoe story is.
My shoe story is.
My shoe story is.
Being in the band has been a great way to get involved on campus. This year, becoming a student ambassador, I got to appreciate how all of the different organizations on campus come together and feel as though they are a part of one community.
Here at Sacred Heart, volunteering is something that is very important to me. I am a part of Habitat for Humanity, Community Connections, and I have been on a number of service trips as well. Along with all that, I am a student ambassador. As an ambassador, I share with families my passion of giving back to the community. I've met a ton of great people through this program, and I love showing all that SHU has to offer.
I came to Sacred Heart because it was a place that I felt had a sense of close community. One of the first things I joined on campus was Greek life. I learned a lot and got to raise awareness for philanthropy. I use my involvement here at Sacred Heart to connect with all different types of prospective students. That way they will love Sacred Heart as much as I do. Sacred Heart is my home away from home, and by becoming a student ambassador, I met a fantastic group of people that I can now call my friends.
Sacred Heart gave me the opportunity to finally consider myself a leader, whether it's being president of our Latino club here on campus or being the copy editor for the Spectrum newspaper. I know with everything I have attained at Sacred Heart, I will make my dreams of becoming a journalist come true. 3 years ago, I was the quiet, shy kid, but throughout the Student Ambassador program, I learned to lead and be a confident public speaker. Being a Student Ambassador allows me to share my story and let people know that Sacred Heart does change lives.
My SHU story began fall semester of my senior year of high school. I could not resist the offer to become a pioneer when I had a seat in the excellent PT grad school and was recruited to be a part of the conference-winning D1 track and field team here. My journey as a member of the SHU community only became more fulfilling when I became a student ambassador. Every day I get the opportunity to show students the place I call home, because every day is a great day to be a pioneer.
What's your shoe story?
We all have a shoe story. Now it's time to tell yours. Apply to be a shoe student ambassador and help future pioneers write theirs.
Welcome back to The Pulse. Sacred Heart has become home to a rapidly growing media industry, with many films, commercials, and major events shot right here on the campus. The Martiri Business and Communication Center is even home to a sports highlight show, which airs nightly on Frontier Communications. Jim Kent brings us the story.
2, 1, take.
And yep.
We promised we would, and we have returned here at CT Sports Now for the Vantage Sports Network.
You know, we have been doing this show since September, and we went on the air with students really running the control room here, running the students. It's part of the curriculum at Sacred Heart University. I can't thank them enough. I'm saying this now because this is their last night before we start with some new interns into the next semester. There are 5 of them. They were absolutely phenomenal. They came in with limited knowledge in television production, and now here they are putting live commercial television on every night and doing a phenomenal job with it. We are so proud of them, and we wanted to hear from them in their words about what this internship for them meant to us.
Hi, my name is Steph Doheny. I'm a sophomore here at Sacred Heart University. I'm a media arts major concentrating in film, television, and production. I've been with CT Sports Now since we started in September. It's been a really awesome experience being such a young student and coming into a studio every night and putting on a live production. You get to learn all the different jobs that we have. So there's Chiron, technical director, producer, all of that. Being a part of CT Sports Now has been an awesome experience for me here at SHU. I come in every night from about 9 p.m. till midnight. Depends upon the night, depends upon how the show runs. We get to learn all the different positions. Every student rotates every night or every other night. We learn everything about a control room, about a studio, and how a live production works.
My name is Allison Gaskins, and I'm a grad student here at Sacred Heart University in the Sports Media and Communications program. This is my first year in the program, and it's been a great experience so far. I actually graduated from the University of Florida with my undergraduate degree in sport management. Originally, I wanted to go into college administration and work my way up to become an athletic director someday, but through an internship that I had with a former athletic director of University of Florida, I decided that definitely was not the path for me. And I ultimately came up here because I knew that I wanted to enter the media industry, specifically the sports media industry, and Sacred Heart was the school that checked off all my boxes for me of what I was looking to learn. So when I came up and visited Sacred Heart, I actually heard about a graduate assistant position, which would either be producing or directing a sports show. And going into that, I knew nothing about directing, I knew nothing about producing. So I interviewed for the position, and ultimately they called me back and gave me the directing position. So now I am directing CT Sports Now. It's a show here that we produce out of the Sacred Heart Studios on the Vantage Sports Network. I have 5 interns that work under me in the control room, so pretty much my position is to make sure that everything runs smoothly during the show, that I'm in charge of pretty much the graphics controller, the teleprompter operator, the stage manager, the cameras, the technical director, and the audio. The opportunity that I get working with this show, as well as everyone else that works on this show, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, especially as a student. It's as hands-on as it gets. It's real world. It's not going to prepare you for the real world because it is a live television show. It's 30 minutes every single night. A whole bunch of us students are putting it on. We like to call it students covering students because that's what's happening.
You guys really, you're part of something special here. You guys are all very special. I can't thank you enough. You'll always have a special place in my heart. You guys were the first.
I feel the exact same way, and just hope that we've given you a little bit, a portion of what you've given us and this program and this network, to be the first, not only to be interns doing all that you're doing, but to be the first to be involved in this. It's really special, and
the pride
like
they took.
We can't thank you.
The pride they took and the passion. We love it. We love you guys. Thank you so much. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend, everybody.
This is Jim Kent reporting for The Pulse.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Chiafari and I'll be hosting this new segment on The Pulse, Chat with Nat. Today with me I have the pleasure of sitting down with senior producer of CT Sports Now, Franco Macieo. Franco, how are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. So I have to ask, what's the experience like working with CT Sports Now? How's it been?
It's actually been amazing. Just for someone like me, I was just a couple of months ago, I was living in Miami with no prior experience in TV, in sports, in media, or anything for that matter. So CT Sports Now and just this program at Sacred Heart in general have opened my eyes and doors that I never even could have imagined. It's been great.
Tell me about the day in the life of a CT Sports Now producer.
So a day in the life. So it's weird because it's one of those things. As soon as you wake up, you're kind of on call. So you have to be kind of you're not necessarily doing something at all times, but you have to be alert at all times.
Got it.
So I wake up and the first thing I do is I disperse everyone's like assignments. So I text or call all of the field producers or student reporters what they're going to be shooting that day or what they're going to be reporting on that day.
Okay.
And then after that, I have to worry about the rundown. I would say it's my main assignment before actually coming here to work. And so the rundown is kind of you structure that day's show. So what's the lead? What are the most important stories? How do we want to like what sequence do we want for the show and like what order? So I would say that takes up about like an hour and a half of my time. I usually do it right after lunch. And then after that, it's just kind of things are very fluid whenever you're hosting a nightly show. So things change, games get canceled, coaches bail on you, coaches come out of the woodworks that say they want to come in. So you kind of always have to be flexible and on call pretty much to kind of change things on the fly. And then after that, I usually get here around 4 or 5 o'clock. From then on, it's just whatever that day entails. It might be, we might have a guest that's coming in early, so we have to shoot that segment a little bit earlier. I might have to edit some stuff, record a game, and then edit it, or it's whatever I need for that day.
And then what's it like being on the show itself? Because it's a live show that's produced here at Sacred Heart University. What's that like?
Honestly, for me, once the show goes live, that's when I feel like that's the easiest part for me, because that's when the director and the control room more so take over. Because for producing, it's more so a job prior to the show.
Okay.
So once the show starts, whatever I produce before the show, the director is now kind of has it in her hands in this case. And she is the one in charge of that vision or executing that night's show. So I just kind of sit there and I communicate with the talent, just kind of let them know if anything's changing, if anything's out of order, if we're coming out of commercial early, if we're coming back. So I'm kind of like I'm their eyes and ears and just kind of letting them know everything that's going on.
Great. So what's it like, I guess, producing a live show that you've never done before?
It's exciting. It's actually exciting. It's because it's one of those things at 10:30 it's gonna go live, so you can't pause it. You can't say give me 5 more minutes. At 10:30, whatever you have in the server, whatever you've edited, if games haven't come in, you have to make the adjustments. But at 10:30, you're live, so it's like an adrenaline rush because pretty much every night at 10:20 we have stuff missing. Everything's kind of going a little bit crazy, so you always get that sense of tonight's the night where everything's just going to hell. But as of right now, we've done over 100 shows, and it's worked out, I would say, the vast majority of the time.
Well, how did you, from Puerto Rico, I guess, to where did you live first? Like, how did that happen?
All right, so I guess if you want the chronology, if that's the word.
Yeah.
So 18 years in Puerto Rico. That's where I was born and raised. Went to high school. All my friends, my family, that's all Puerto Rico. Whenever I say I go back home to Puerto Rico. But then I moved to, I guess, Pennsylvania for 4 years for my undergrad. And then I came back home to Puerto Rico for law school. I did a semester.
Okay. Wow.
But I stayed a year.
Okay.
And then I moved to Miami for 8 months. And then from Miami, now I arrived here in Connecticut. And I wanted to try something new. I always loved sports, so I wanted to get into just the sports world in whatever capacity I could have.
Right.
And then I just found Sacred Heart one day on Google, like in July, and then in August I was here. So I got on my car and drove.
That's awesome. So, you think you'll stay in Connecticut, or do you think you're gonna move again? Like,
Ideally, I would like to go somewhere a little bit more tropical. I don't know. It's
too cold here.
It sounds super weird, but I've always had this nightmare where I wake up one day and I'm like 35, and I'm coming down to the kitchen and I have like 3 English-speaking American children. It sounds super weird. Like all of a sudden living in the middle of a Connecticut suburb.
Right.
My children don't know Spanish. Where I like 10 years ago I was growing up in a mainly Spanish-speaking country.
Yeah.
It's like a super weird thing. So I would kind of like to move either to California or maybe to, I don't know if South Florida necessarily, but somewhere more so with like the island vibes.
So you're all about the warm weather, like, since living in Miami?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the warm weather, it's one of those things when you say you're from Puerto Rico, people automatically jump to. The weather must be so nice, and but it can get warm on the extreme side. Like it can be, you can wake up and it be 95 degrees, and you get out of the shower and you're immediately sweating.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds extreme.
But yes, I'm all about the warm weather. I guess to make a long story short.
Well, that's awesome. I wish you the best in all of your endeavors. I think that you're doing a fantastic job on CT Sports Now.
Thank you. You're doing a fantastic job here.
Oh, thank you. and I hope that you do get to move somewhere warmer eventually.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Back to you, Christian and Takira.
Thanks, Natalie. Wow, it's like really amazing what Sacred Heart University is doing for these students. They're giving them hands-on work to do at such a young age.
Oh yeah, and as a Puerto Rican, it's true. One thing you miss is that tropical weather he was talking about. Main Street in Bridgeport is home to many different ethnic dining options for Sacred Heart University students. You can find Chinese, Japanese, Indian, Middle Eastern, and countless pizzerias. However, there's only one family business that has been winning the hearts of their customers for many years with their homemade New York-style pizza. From southern Italy to northern Connecticut, this little pizza restaurant brings the true meaning of family and customer appreciation. Natalie Chiafari brings us the story.
Hi, Jerry's Pizza.
Tina Darso has been in the pizza business all of her life.
Two meatballs are coming out, the chicken is ready, and the large and the small, large cheese and small extra cheese.
And on 4270 Main Street, she brings a piece of that tradition to the Bridgeport area.
I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, right off the boat. I'm not kidding. Right off the boat, from my grandfather, from my father. Nice and fresh. Chicken cutlet with lettuce and tomato.
Originally from the Bronx, this wasn't the first pizza place Tina has owned.
We moved to Stratford, and then after so many years that we've been working the one in Stratford, Jerry's Pizza in Stratford, we decided that when we found this place, we opened up this place and made it number 2.
It wasn't hard for Jerry's to have customers rolling in from all over.
I hear a lot that they like my pizza because we're from New York, we're from the Bronx, and because it's a New York style pizza. I don't know if anybody knows about grande cheese. It's the top notch. The tomato sauce is the good one. It's not the cheap ones. We use everything fresh, dough made every day, freshly every day. So we try to, keep the tradition.
Her pizza even caught eye of the mayor of Bridgeport, noting that they did in fact have the best pizza.
I don't have too much competition because we're the only one from Italian and New York. My competition, to be honest with you, is Mario the Baker. But we help each other out. When I run out of something, I go to them, they give it to me. If they run out of something, we give it to them. And we're very, very good.
Sacred Heart students especially loved Jerry's Pizza Monday deal.
Nobody had it in Connecticut, in Bridgeport, that it was a Monday special for a large buy was $6 at the time. Then, of course, everything starts going up and up and up, and we raised it a little bit more.
They appreciate and love the tradition that Jerry's has had for so many years.
I love them because when they come here, they go, oh my God, we finally found a good pizza.
The best pizza in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Isn't she beautiful?
I treat them like they're my own kids. I love them. And sometimes I give them advice to be careful, watch your back. Jane, thank you so much. Enjoy the pizza.
Enjoy.
And they make me feel young. I joke around with them. I swear, I joke around with them, and it's fun. It's like I'm back being a teenager again.
And even amongst her busy schedule with the pizza business, she always makes time for those who are most important.
Family's number one in my heart.
This is Natalie Chiafari reporting for The Pulse.
Oh.
I even brought you guys some pizza from Jerry's on Main Street.
And wow, thank you, Natalie.
Let's see how this tastes.
What a pleasant surprise.
Sweet. Oh my God.
Wow, it's even as good as they say it is.
Yeah, the mayor's right. It's definitely the best pizza in Bridgeport.
That's all the news for now. I'm Takira Carter.
And I'm Christian Colon. We'll see you next time on The Pulse.